It's Lee from ColouringQueen.net, and today I've got a very different sort of book. It's the Spiroglyphics Around the World colouring book, and it's really good for if you want to just focus on one thing and you don't want to blend or use fancy techniques. And it's a very meditative style book. So what I'll do is I'll show you the flip through of the book, which is all pretty similar really, and it doesn't look much until it's been coloured in. And then I'll show you the pictures that I've coloured in at the end of it. So you can see it's quite a lot bigger than Secret Garden. It's an oversized colouring book. Nice card cover on it. Now they're single-sided, which means that you can, of course, use your markers. That's white paper. It's a medium quality, but on the lighter end. And you can see here it says spirals and then a picture appears from it. So as you colour, you reveal more of the image. So this sort of stuff is really good if you're just getting into colouring or you need to meditate or focus. And you can see that you can still have a lot of fun with colour. You can add other colours in, you can put it in sections, you can use alternates or create even rainbow effects if you want to. So now we'll look at the images, and they might not appear that well on camera, and to be honest, they really all look the same. It's only once they're coloured that you really see the difference and what the image that's being revealed from these spirals. So basically you choose which end of the spiral that you want to colour in. So we might start here and colour it inside all of that line, or you might want to do the white bits in an alternate colour like some of those pictures we've seen at the beginning. And so these are what they all reveal. Because this is around the world, it's all different places around the world. So I'm going to go and do my picture, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. And I think this is only the second colouring book that I've ever completed in full. So let's dive in and I'll tell you what I used and what problems I had. And excuse my sinus, I'm very stuffed up. So you can see that there's different ways of colouring these. So I did experiment in the book. Now the first one is just lead pencil, normal graphite pencil, and I've got to say it was very easy to use. The only problem is that you do need to either put a protective page over it or spray it because it does transfer to the reverse page. Then I went the two-coloured approach with different sorts of alcohol inks. Mainly my favourite alcohol ink to use has been Uniball, and it's been the Uniball pens. So that was in Uniball with a black Sharpie. And you can see the Sharpie didn't come through on the other side, neither did the Uniball. So the purple was done with Pentel pens, and these are just cheap. You buy them in a packet and there's different colours. They're just like coloured biros. This was also done in the Uniball pen. I find the nib on them really useful for these pictures where they go from a narrow line to a bigger line. But really it was just more about relaxing, colouring these in. Again, Uniball with a black Sharpie. Now, this started off with a Uniball pen. This is not the one I'm thinking of. So again, it's the same sort of pen. And again, another Uniball pen. I really love those. And the reason that I use so many Uniballs, and again, this is another Uniball, and another uni ball. It started out with actually this one. One of my students had given me this pink uni ball pen when I was at work, and I never really used it, and she knew I liked pink, so she gave it to me. I really miss my little angels, my students, but so I seen it sitting there in the cup, and I thought, oh, I'll use that uni ball pen on this. And I'm really glad that I did, because at first I'd used gel pens. Now, I wasn't trying to create this look, and this is like the disaster page, because I started out with a dark blue uni ball pen and it ran out of ink, sorry, a lighter blue. And it ran out of ink, and then I thought maybe I could correct it if I go over it in black, but that didn't work. So then I tried another blue, which was a different colour, and another blue, and I had like 20 pens and couldn't colour match and find another blue that matched what I started out with. So it ended up like a bit of a dog's breakfast, to be honest. And of course Millie came and helped me when I was finishing this, and she put her little paws and sat on it while the gel pen was still wet. So it's got a little bit of Millie in there as well, so it's all smudged up there as well. So if you're going to do this with gel pens, I know in the US you can buy gel pens with a refill, and really, I mean, unless you've got a couple of the same colour, or you've got those refill pens, which I'm really jealous of, by the way, I wouldn't start without it, because the gel pens really run out. And again, this is another where the gel pen ran out. I wasn't trying to create that, in all honesty. I don't mind the look, but it was just that my gel pens ran out. And again, I had a lineup of a number of gel pens. I've only got the cheap brand from Aldi in Australia, and they all ran out. Now, I did at one stage go and buy just a couple open stock at Officeworks of good gel pens. So these are the, sorry, wrong ones. They're the ones that ran out. So these are the Uniball Signo, and they're really good, really juicy, and go really well on this paper. But make sure you've got a couple of them. I did finally learn from experience and nipped down and bought a couple of the Uniballs in the same colour, just so that I could finish the page. Because these books are so relaxing. It's just so relaxing. Now, I did do this on purpose. I was trying 2 different colours. And this is with marker. And again, it didn't bleed through the page. I just wanted a 2 different colour look. And sorry, it did go through the page, but that's with an alcohol marker with the Spectrum Noirs with the fine tip end. Now, the fine tip end, you know, is still a little bit thick for some of these lines too. So another Uniball marker. Actually, I tell you a lie. This wasn't Uniball. This was the Pilot erasable pens. So I think it's already ran out of ink, but it was one of these, and these were also really good. These were erasable. You can get them in a number of different colours. I used to use these at work all the time when marking student papers. They were so handy. So they also come in gel pens and texters, and I've reviewed those before. They've got a little eraser on the end there. It's very handy, especially when you go out of the lines as much as I do. This again is with the Uniball, and it's just a great colour. It really lays down well, and you can get into those fine lines. Just experimenting with a few different colours here, again with the Uniball, and also with a glittery blue gel pen on every second line. Now, this is after I went to Officeworks and bought a couple of gel pens in the same colour, because it was very frustrating running out of colours. So I must get my hands on a set of those refillable gel pens at some stage. So again, this was the Pilot erasable pen. And this was a combination of the Uniball and the Pilot Erasable. And Millie did come and help me with this one and sat on it. So that's it for the completed book. These are so relaxing to do. They've got all different sorts. And I think I filmed the review video before we left Sydney, and it's like, I don't know, maybe 9 months later, and I've just been doing some of these every now and again, and the book's done. So that's it from me. Until next time, happy colouring.